Hey guys, Halloween 2024. Hadn't done a video in a while. You guys that follow me said I was going to be cutting back a little bit on these videos, but anyway, I've got some things here I thought we'd look at. Been awful dry, and then we had the remnants of that hurricane come through about a month ago and really flushed the creek out nice and got the silt off these stones and really turned them over, and I was able to find some nice pieces. We'll go ahead and get started. This came out of the fish dam site. These are, the only thing I can think of is a really large manos, type of a mano, kind of banana shape, completely polished, big granite pieces. This is gray granite, probably about 4 pounds. Got two of them here, and they're very almost identical. Looks like a piece broke out right here. This was black granite here. Real pretty stones. Almost identical. Came out of the same area. And here's a really pretty pink sandstone grinding stone, or pretty sure it's what it is. Very thin though. You see some stain in there from, it's a little left-handed piece. That's where your thumb would go. A little pecking work in there. Real pretty though, great shape for something this thin. Little grain nut grinder. Got a little bit of a heel up here in it. And here's a granite piece here. It's another grinding stone, mano, whatever you want to call them. This is a bifurcated piece. Look at the staining on the front end of this. It's got a little bit of quartz on the side here. Let me get it out of the sun here. Staining on the sides, a little layer of quartz. And flip it over now. Use it on this side. You don't see that very often. This is a bifurcated piece here. It's probably walnut stain. No telling how old it is. The stain will stay in these stones for a long time. Here's a basalt piece here, a little grinder. Real coarse. It's a right-handed piece. There's your thumb notch in there. A little feldspar in with it. They use a lot of different kind of materials. Pretty piece. Here's a long linear piece. This is quartzite. You can see where they've chipped it down through here. Chipped it out here for your thumb. It's polished on the top and side here. And it's your grinding surface there. Neat little piece here. It's got a bit of a heel on it. It's looks like blue granite and quartzite mix. But you can see where they've chipped the whole side of this thing. They probably pressure flaked it along this edge. You can see where they've chipped it off. Polished along the sides here. It's a left-handed piece. Really worn on that grinding surface. And here's one I like. Here's a really crude grinder, little small palm grinder. They've chipped it all down. This is quartz. Put a little index finger notch there in the front of it too. Polished the sides. It's a right-handed piece and notched out that side there for your thumb. I don't think they use this a whole lot. It doesn't have a lot of wear on the grinding surface here. Anyway, I kind of like these pieces that are really rough. Sometimes they're kind of hard to pick out. Let's look at these different polishing stones. This is just kind of a polishing block here. It's black granite. Real nice piece. Really super polished. A little staining on the sides where they held it. Just kind of a wedge shaped piece. Quartzite piece here. These would be used to polish off other tools. Some of the smaller ones like this one here. This is a pretty unique piece here. I'm not sure what material this is, but you can see where they've chipped it out here, and that's your thumb notch. I'm almost certain this was used to finish out the inside of a pot or piece of pottery. There's really slick down. Nice little small tool they could get down in the pottery and finish out that inside. Smooth it out. Another piece here. This is quartzite, and there's a little thumb notch there. And faceted the sides a little bit, and there's your polishing surface there. Right-handed piece. A little bit of staining on top through here. And this is some type of either crushing stone or hammer. It's dual material. It's granite with a lot of mica content in it on the lower half of this thing and quartz on the top. Thing's been used quite a bit. In fact, it's got some quartz that's broke out here. Pretty neat piece. They knew their materials. They knew this was going to be a really hard type material. They just worked this down so that it fit in your hand. And it kind of did some polishing. It's smooth. Just a crushing stone or a hammer. And I'm almost certain, not positive, these are game balls. This is a tourmaline with pink feldspar in it. Real pretty stone. All polished. And it's not river tumbled. The river that I work most of the time is only about 4 miles long at the most. This one I just got. It's not completely dried out yet. I use the Murphy's oil soap, and it takes about 2 weeks for it to really dry out. Same thing. Got the pink feldspar in with it, and the tourmaline crystals. You can tell the difference. This will look like this one in about another 2 weeks. But I think they were game pieces. Then we're moving over 2 types of pestles. So this pestle here, you see the very top of it, the dome of it's really worn. It's a squared off piece of stone. It's been made that way. And they were probably using this thing in a large rock on the side of the riverbank where they cupped it out, and we're putting nuts and grains in and just working it in that that cupped out spot on the river. And here's a little different piece. These pestles are not, you know, like you'll see up in the Midwest and in Ohio. They're just, you know, I wouldn't say they're crudely made, but they're just different. Anyway, they faceted these 3 sides here into like a triangle. Chipped it out here, kind of made a where they could set their thumb in there and their fingers along here. But that's the grinding part of the pestle there. Chipped it down here. Two hammer stones. They're just different. These are used for making tools to chip them down into a preform. It's a small one. And they almost worked that one all the way around, which is unusual for up here. This one here, they've just pretty much worked on one side, a little bit on the other side here. Struck it on, mostly just on that side. Polished the rest of it. Look at this stone. I don't know what this is, but it's kind of unusual. They chipped it down this way on this side and polished this area. And on this side, you can see where they've chipped it down this way, going towards the tail, polished that area. I have no idea what this is. Notched it here. Don't know. Here's a trowel. This is an old tool. What they used these for was when they made the clay pots, when they actually pressed the clay on the inside of baskets. They would use a tool like this to push that clay into the lining of the basket. And then they would burn the basket away, and then they would end up with a clay pot. Got a little chip in it right there. It's a pretty piece, real pretty tool. Black granite. It's a type of trowel, pottery trowel. And last but not least, we got a whole bunch of chopping stones here. Little choppers, all polished. You see the wear on that edge there. And hold it up here. Grind these sides down, make this edge. This one has a little chipping here and some staining. It's kind of dull. I'll be chopping grains and nuts with it. Little black granite piece here. Side's been ground down. Alright guys, that's it for today. Got more stuff over here. I put a whole bunch of stuff away. And I may go hunting this afternoon for a little bit and feel like I've accomplished something today. Be careful tonight, guys. If you're out trick-or-treating with your kids, keep an eye on them. And I hope you guys are doing well. And I don't know what this is. Any ideas? Let me know. All right, guys. Have a good evening.